Okay, so this is an advanced stats lesson. I've taught you the basic stats lesson. There are a few things we have to check for. First thing we have to check for is to make sure we don't have outliers. Exploration descriptives. Click pre, click post into here. We're going to click a box plot. We're going to click label outliers. If there were outliers, they would be circled. You would see them. This is a box plot. These are your medians of each group. And this is your 25th percentile and 75th percentile. 25th percentile and 75th percentile. If you had an outlier, I'm going to make one. It would be labeled like this on your output. So we have to check for outliers. If you find an outlier, remove it and rerun your analysis. That's step number one. If you don't have an outlier, don't worry about it. Now, the next thing we have to do is check our data for normality. The data are expected to be normally distributed. We can check for that with a very simple test in our analysis. So analysis, t-test, paired samples, t-test, pre-post, effect size, everything we're supposed to do, we put our normality test in there. It says a low p-value suggests a violation of the normality assumption. In that case, we got to use the Wilcoxon rank test. And when you're reporting your data, instead of T and the P for T, you report this, Wilcoxon W. You write that in verbatim. Wilcoxon W equals 1.00 and P equals 0.186. All right, that's what we see. That's what we have. You would still report Cohen's D at 95 CI of Cohen's D just like normal. So those are our two assumption tests. Now, I've asked folks to also check for power. Now, granting institutions are going to ask for power. They ask for the a priori pre-existing power you had to find a medium effect. That is one thing they're going to ask. And the second thing they're going to ask is your post hoc power, the power you had to find an effect in your study. So if I click modules and Jamovi library, I will find JPower. I have to install it. Install that now. Mine is installed. So I'm going to click my JPower and I'm going to click in my paired samples t-test. I'm going to calculate power for my a priori power to find a medium effect size at Cohen's D of 0.5. My sample size was only 4 in this data set. I used a p-value less than 0.052 tailed. My power was calculated once I click everything in. My power is then calculated right here at 0.11, 11%. I had 11% power to find a significant effect with this small of a sample size. That's my a priori power to find a medium effect size of Cohen's D of 0.5. Now, my actual effect size was 1.10. Now, if you can write this down or screenshot this, you'll be fine. But all I have to do is type in 1.10 here, and now I get my actual power. I had 33% power to find a significant effect. I did not find a significant effect. My sample size was too low. I only had my a priori power was like 11%. And my post hoc power, my a priori power to find a medium effect size is 11%. My post hoc power to find a large effect size of Cohen's D equals 1.10 was only 33%. I need a larger sample size. These are the additional advanced calculations that you will need for your write-up.